Had a great question come in today after my presentation at the MACE conference that says, can you or someone else address the issue of using add-ons in Kansas public schools that may violate the FERPA regulations? In our district, we're not allowed to use add-ons at all because of the issue of third-party creators collecting student information and violating the laws. However, it seems here at MACE that many districts use their add-ons without realizing the violation or possibly ignoring the violations. Please help with any info you or someone could provide. I'm really wanting to use add-ons in our school, but need data to support my arguments. Okay, so I've kind of given that some thought, and I thought, you know what? Let's take a look and see just exactly what is required when you add an add-on. So I've taken the liberty of creating a Google Doc that I'm going to build, and so here are a couple of add-ons. Remove blank rows that one could use for a spreadsheet to get rid of all the blank rows at the end of a spreadsheet. And it says view and manage spreadsheets this application has been installed in, view and manage data associated with this application. Okay, so I really don't see any issues there. And then I found this one that I use frequently copied down. Wants to know who you are on Google, your email address, how to manage. This right here, because it works within the spreadsheet, I don't have a problem with that either. View and manage the files in your Google Drive. This only works with spreadsheets. View and manage data associated with the application. That's the data in the spreadsheet itself. To run when you're not present. A lot of the software or the resources that we use run in the background anyway. I don't have a problem with that. Send an email as you, and all that is when you send this information out, it says this is from whatever your email is. I wouldn't want it to come from any other source. Connect to an external service. Could be outgoing and looking for data collection to verify against whatever you have. View and manage your forms in Google Drive. That's the purpose of this particular app, so I don't have a problem with that as well. Okay, FERPA really gets pretty hard-nosed about protecting children under the age of 13. This is a wonderful tool for teachers to use. I might be a little bit more guarded with this one and not make this available. I've been thinking of reasons why one might allow someone under the age of 13. This is kind of an advanced feature of Google's spreadsheets. So I'm thinking, you know what? This is kind of a rite of passage. And if I were an administrator in today's K-12 world, this might be something else. You know what? Just like Google Communities, when they hit 13, it's a rite of passage. You can move into this new world and really practice the social digital responsibility that we have been talking about in our curriculum. So having said that, I want to go into this system here where I started and then pop into another account where I can add email. So I'm going to come over here and go through the administration control panel. And I'm going to pay particular attention to the information that one could provide someone while creating an email account. And I have a sneaking suspicion. I do this all the time, so I haven't really paid attention till now. I don't deal primarily with children under the age of 13, but I do work with several schools. And it's a great idea now, and prompted by the question, to see exactly what information is provided when we set up an account. So I'm going to come over and click on users. And then I'm going to add a user. Okay, so Joe, student, really original there. And a lot of schools do first initial dot student. Okay, so I've got J student, and this is my trainer's account. I'm going to set the password. And I'm going to create it. It didn't like my password, obviously. All right, so I have a new account. And, now that I think about it, what personal information did I add into that account? None. Okay. Being a little facetious, but there's Joe student, newly created. Excuse me. Let's take a look at his account again. There's his email. He's 12 years old, so he's not going to have a profile. I can go in and deny access to prevent him from changing his password. And I'm not seeing any personal information that goes into this process. Okay. So now let's open up an account. Let's go over here to incognito. And we're going to sign in to J period student at HSU G. Welcome to my new account. And you can fix this where it doesn't allow this to happen. Okay, loading JStudent. Okay, so we get the usual information. Let's take a look at my profile. We've got the privacy issue right there. Information that we collect. Google is fairly transparent about this. Okay, so let's go back into the profile, my account. Sign in security, log in. Okay, personal information and privacy. Let's go take a look at it. And here we're able to really lock it down good. Okay, personal information. Name, Joe student, birthday, not provided. about you. We have, let's see, let's see. It's not provided, but let's go look here. Edit whether others see about you. Okay. Well, privacy checkup. Saves what's just only visible to you. Okay. These controls are not enabled, so we're not letting people know where we're from, which is fine. Um, we don't have ads in a domain account. Not a concern. Back to my account. So we have yet to reveal any personal information with this particular account. Okay, I want to make sure that I haven't missed anything. So we have our name, we have our email, we haven't given our birth date, uh, we haven't said anything about us to anybody. Okay, double verifying that. Have to go back into the J to my account. Ads, account preview. Okay. Google Drive storage, deleting your account and services. So, getting back to the original concern is, what do people know about me? And if I add a third-party app, let's just do that. Let's go to Google Documents. And remember, there is no personal information associated with this account other than my name. So I'm going to open up a new document. Wait for it to run its course. Okay, add-ons. And so if one were to gain access to this particular document, okay, we'll worry about that later. J student. Again, you have to tell your students, don't ever put any personal information in anything. Okay, so add-ons. That's kind of a new feature I haven't seen before, which is taking us to the add-ons. Okay, let's take a look at table of contents. Go ahead and see what it does. Okay. Much like my example, manage documents is an application that's been installed in, view and manage data associated with this application. I'm not going to put my social security number. I'm not going to put my dental or my health records. None of those things are going to be a part of this document. There's no reason. I can't see any educational value in doing that for this particular document. Okay, so that was table of contents. Let's take a look at another one. Easy bibliography. We use this a lot at the university. Let's click on free. Love that. I wish I had access to this when I was writing my dissertation. I paid way too much for the software that I used that required to be updated on a fairly regular basis. Okay, view and manage documents, view and manage the data associated, connect to an external service. Again, I don't see any problems here, so we're going to add this. Again, we don't have any personal information attached to this account. And just one more add-on to be sure. Okay, let's take a look at the source. Okay, and I can see where now we're going to go out and again look for an external source for this to function, which is a great idea because rather than picking up a book that's limited, it was current when it was written and published. Now we're able to access resources that are available, updated on a fairly frequent basis. So we're going to click free again. And know who you are on Google. Potential problem. View your email address. Well, that's an email address that gives no other information. What it potentially could do is someone has access to this email and they could email this particular email address. A district could set it up where unless you have the domain name, no email will come in past the dome, as I like to call it. View and manage your documents in Google. I don't see an issue there. And connect to an external service. That's what I was talking about. It's going to go out to an external service that is updated on a rather frequent basis. Know who you are on Google. Again, it's because of your email address. And who's going to be using this bibliography tool for papers? Most likely, it's going to be students over the age of 13. So that's one that could be allowed for that group. I'm still having trouble seeing why we wouldn't allow students under the age of 13 to use this particular app. So in answer to your question is just research. I have yet to see anything that as a former superintendent that this would scare me for privacy issues. There isn't anything here other than the email accounts for the particular student. And one certainly can lock down the personal information that's revealed even tighter than what I've gotten here. So I think, you use the add-ons at your discretion. It's better to be informed than ill-advised. I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to respond to this question because it informed me, and hopefully it will inform you as well. That concludes this tutorial.